In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a thumbnail in Canva. If you've never used Canva, all you have to do is hit create. You can go to YouTube thumbnail. That's more of like a 16 by 9. And then we'll use this one. I'll show you a free way to use free Canva, and then I'll show you, if you get the pro version of Canva, how you could do like a remove, like you could put text behind the subject or remove the subject. There's two ways that you could do this. You can move it to the top, just drag it, and you have these little buttons on the side, and you could drag this all the way over. That's one way. You could also right click on the image, set it as image background. With like these headphones, for instance, you may want some bold text or something to draw attention, especially if you're doing a YouTube, adding your video to YouTube aside from Amazon influencer on site. So basically, what I'm going to do is select the text here. You can move the text around. You could also make it larger by dragging this. You could also adjust it here. You could change your fonts. So let's just look up something, let's say bold. We'll just use the bold font here. If I highlight that, I could say, how do they sound? Now you want this pretty bold. Um, you could duplicate it. If you hold Option on a Mac, you could duplicate that. So how do they sound? If I select both of these, so if I select the top one and then hold shift, I could group these. So now they move around as one thing. So you could do something like that. You can go to elements. Let's just say arrow. There's all kinds of different arrows you could do. You want to do something that kind of jumps out. So this kind of jumps out to me, but you could use whatever color. If you want to change the color, you could do that. I kind of like the yellow. If I double click in here, I'm going to add a question mark. And if you drag this here, you can move it over. So if you don't want to block your face or my face here, for instance, you could bring it up here, however you want to do it. You got to think though, when you look at like these here, do any of these stand out to you? I mean, there's a person there, but if you want them to like pop, you know, you could do something like this. You could adjust the text too. You could do effects, so you could do like an outline. You could change that to, let's just say red, for instance, and then you could change your thickness. Like, how do they sound? Or you could, whatever phrase you want to use. So that's the free version. When you get ready to, you would just go download, share, download, and then only select that page. And then you would hit, I would just do JPEG. Now, this one here, we'll look at this. Let's just say, when I look at this here, I want the subject to pop a little bit more. So what I may do is I'm going to duplicate this. So I'm going to hold Option. I'm going to select the back one, make it set as background. And then we have this one here. I'm going to also bring that all the way to there. So now what we want to do is we're going to use a Pro tool that's in the Pro version of Canva, and it's background remover. I'm just going to hit that. So as you can see, it got rid of everything except the person. So that's how good the background remover is. What I could do is go to the image, edit, or say I want to make it brighter. I could do that. The contrast, highlight, shadows. vibrance, saturation. We got that there. You could also hit position, go to layers, select the background layer, hit edit, and say if we want to do the same, go to adjust. You could bring the brightness down so that I only stand out. So you could do something like that. Or if you just want to make the background like more gray, like black and white, and then you could add some text to this. Let's change this to like white so we could see it. If I come up here to color, it'll bring up this panel. You could drag this around. So say I want to put that behind the person. So since we've cut that person out, we could just move it down. So now you got the text behind it. You could still add, like an arrow or something. So I would say that pops a little bit more, but you could adjust it however you want. I just wanted to give you an example of how the background works. So we could change the font and all that, but I think it does a good job of removing the background so that you could put text and stuff behind it and, make this brighter or whatnot. So, anyways, hope this helps. If this has been beneficial, please take a second, subscribe below, and I'll catch you in the next video.